All right, 5-9 gamers, welcome back to episode 33 of the Dragon Ball Legends podcast on 5-9 Gaming, road to third anniversary. As always, make sure to follow us on all our social media, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. We have a Reddit page, Facebook, Snapchat, I'm not even sure, Instagram for sure, which is relatively new, and we just gave out gift cards over there. So it's worth it to follow us on all our outlets. And with that said, today's guests on the podcast are Tom.
What's up?
We have Azdeek.
Yo.
Bradical.
What up? I'm going to be Nosferatu this week, so beware.
Oh, okay. We have Prof. Hello, Prof.
What's up?
Oh, I have push and talk on now, so Fingers gets to listen to that one. Hello.
Hey, we have Swift.
Yo, yo.
And we have a first-timer, so I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself. The boy X Noctis. What's up, dude?
Not again.
Yes.
Hey, yo. I go by X Noctis. I play Dragon Ball Legends on Twitch nearly every day. Doing it since like 2 months into the game because, yeah, why not? I thought I would just stream my gameplay of the PvP seasons because it's way more fun. And yeah, since that time I've tried to continue the streaming and it's getting better now because I figured out a schedule, I guess. Yeah, hope to see you guys
Nice.
there.
All right, good to have you, man. So today we're obviously going to talk about Super Saiyan 4 Zenkai and his event. We're going to talk about potential next Ultras that could come out. We have a new segment. You maybe saw the form on our Twitter. It's called the Big Brain Play or 200 IQ Play of the Week, where you sent us your best plays, and you'll also get to vote on which one you like best. We're going to talk about the double RP seasons hopefully coming to an end, or maybe not hopefully coming to an end. The TOP preseasons are also ending, so we're going to talk about what might be next and the current state of the GT team, which used to be the most neglected tag. And we're going to start off with the Super Saiyan 4 Zenkai. And yeah, Tom, how do you like the strong monkey?
So the thing about this Goku is he's good enough that makes you wanna use him, but he's not overpowered enough to be forced to use him. So I think they did a really good job on him. They tried to balance him out with his fourth unique and his Zenkai ability to only be ran on GT teams. So no Sun Fam shenanigans going on right there. His stats are perfect in my opinion for him. He doesn't need any more. What I think is the best about him is that he actually has some bulk to him. Like with the sustained cover cut, he regains HP every time he comes into the field. And the best thing I found for myself is the sniping ability with his blue cut. Like you have a Vados that's not fully maxed out in terms of HP, you're gonna one-shot her. And he synergizes actually super well with the Vegeta because every time he uses a Strike Guts card, he inflicts the enemy with blast damage received. You do a couple strikes, switch into Vegeta, who has card draw speed, and you're gonna land a couple of blasts and the enemy is dead. So I think he's well-rounded. He's not OP. I think for the Saiyan team, the SSJ3 is still gonna be the choice to go to, but he's super fun for me.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I
One
just
thing
love his
I really liked
ability-
about him. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. All right. I was just gonna say that the thing that I just absolutely love is just the fact that there's been so many times where I've actually went ahead and gone against like people like Topo, especially, where you know how he has that endurance, and so he'll be like full health or whatever. So I'll just go ahead and I'll just pop the main ability. I won't even use the ult. I'll just pop the main ability and then I'll just go into the rush, and they'll be like, okay, I'll just take this with Topo. I don't know why this guy's rushing, but then he'll die because you just get that endurance nullification on the main ability, and I feel like that's actually massive right there. I love the utility coming out from this guy.
Yeah, I think my favorite part of this unit is his Z3 ability, where he suddenly doesn't care about your cover change for 2 times.
Yeah.
This allows you
Yeah.
to get a secured Rising Rush, especially with all these IT covers coming out right now. Like, he actually has a really nifty niche in the current meta.
That's what I was gonna say. Is being immune to that cover change is huge, and I agree with Tom on the blue card. I remember when this guy originally first came out. That blue card was probably my favorite thing about him, being able to, lock in the enemies and whatnot. It's an incredible ability, so I think he's definitely really good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I love his green card, especially since you can stack the card draw speed. And if you play him with Super
Yeah.
17, you get green cards up the, and you have like three green cards. You get level 3 card draw speed. That doesn't even matter that you only had one other card on your hand because it's just gonna be like, you're full.
Yep. Exactly.
And
And
what's
then-
what's the time limit on that card draw speed? Does anybody remember?
Let me check.
10 seconds.
I think it's like
10
okay, that's
counts.
not
timer
bad.
counts,
It's,
yeah.
it's pretty
Or
good
10
though.
counts.
That's not bad.
Especially he has that 18 passive, as in when the enemy switches. When he's faced with an enemy, he gets more key.
Yeah.
So if you
Exactly.
pop like 2 of those green cards and your opponent's almost dead, they're switching. Okay, combo keeps going.
Yep.
I really like that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, what would you guys say? Is he better than SSJ3 or no?
He's purple, of course. Oh, you mean but the purple one, right?
Yeah,
I think the defining 3 for Super Saiyan 3 Goku is the fact that he's going to draw the strike arts when he comes into the field.
Yeah.
keep going.
And
Like
the key.
that,
you know?
Exactly.
that alone is going to make me pick him every single time if I was going to run these 2 units. And plus his Z ability is going to be a little bit more universal, and it's going to go carry some more weight into the further metas.
Yeah.
That makes
That's very
sense.
true.
I mean, yeah, GT is very specialized, and then his Z ability, I think, is also only single stat for Super Saiyan 4, right? It's just strike attack for GT and Sun Family, yeah, 30% at max.
Yep.
So it's like, if he had
Very
at least had
one-dimensional.
defense, it would be better.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Also,
you,
like,
you, you could
uh,
land the feint with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and win the match.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
there,
hands down.
there's so many cheesy things that can happen with SSJ3, and he's going to be a little bit more open to the generic Saiyan team, which is obviously like, well, I say obviously, it's my perspective, but it's the best team in the game right now, right? And so
Yeah.
this Goku is really cool, and I think that you can make him shine really well. And in fact, I've seen a lot of people bench this Goku, and then if they have an opportunity to run double purple, they'll do that.
That works.
But
too. I think
yeah,
Noctis, you wanted to say something just now?
The bummer for me is about him on the Saiyan team. You really want to use the one Vegeta, the support Vegeta, the yellow one, because he makes the team work so much better. The sub count reduction for the SSJ3, the IT switch, etc., the key stealing when you color change him in. Like, he supports the Saiyan team just perfectly. But when you run SSJ4, he doesn't bench buff him. I mean, SJ4 is like the more aggressive utility, like for the team with the cover cucking and the nullify endurance. But I don't know. I rather have the support with the support Vegeta, to be honest.
Like, what would you run? Double purple?
No, that's why I don't use them on the Saiyan team.
Alright.
So yeah, I think it's like double SSJ3 and the yellow Vegeta, right?
Yep,
I mean, that's what you just ran,
exactly.
pretty much.
That's still my go-to Saiyan team. Like, I wouldn't put him on the Saiyan team, to be
Dude,
honest.
yeah, that's
He's like
probably
niche
one of
for
the better
GT.
teams in the game right now. That team is so hard to deal with.
Yeah, it's
Also,
so
I don't
beefy.
like it. His second unique is specifically for GT only. That's also like a bummer why I wouldn't run him on Saiyans only. Like, that doesn't use GT Vegeta, the red one, SJ4. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I've
like
been seeing a lot
wasted
of like
unique.
blue purple teams. A lot of blue purple teams where they'll have a couple blue Zenkai buffers, a couple purple Zenkai buffers, and it's actually looks like a pretty viable team in my opinion.
yeah,
With
I've
the
ran
Super
into
Saiyan
that as
4?
well. Yeah, the Super Saiyan 4, what they do is you run the Zenkai Blue Saiyans and Zenkai Purple Saiyans, like Scouter Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3, Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4, Goku. And
Yeah.
even if your opponent, like, if you think about the confident yellows in the meta, there's just 18. If you're not versus androids, it's not future Gohan, you're going to rip right through them.
Piccolo
Dude, yeah,
would like
even
say hello.
Oh, I say Piccolo,
even
sure,
my God
but
Vegeta was having problems getting through the purple because they had like 3 purple Zenkai buffers, and
tanky
yeah,
as
even
hell.
some like yeah, exactly. So even with some strong yellow units, like they can still be really tanky.
I think most of my
Mm-hmm.
fights right now are versus Saiyans, and there's like a sprinkle of future and android in there. Like region is
Yeah.
a rare sight, but yeah, no, the main one that you're jog my memory on is that you do see God Vegeta pretty frequently.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah, with God Key.
But I have to
But
say,
yeah,
if,
other than that, 18.
Yeah, if my GT grind doesn't go that well on Tuesday, I'm gonna just play regen again and just get top 1,000.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm
100%.
curious. So we all talked about his kit before he was out on the last podcast, and now I would like to know, like, how does he feel versus how did he read? So did you think that he actually exceeded your expectations? Was he within your expectations, or did he kind of fall behind them from reading the kit and now playing him?
I thought he's actually on point of what me reading the text they put out pictured in my mind, I guess. I think I think they've done a good job on him.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was expecting him
agree.
to not feel overly oppressive, but to do his job well. And it seems like Tom pointed out the other thing that I really liked about him was the locking blue card.
It's so satisfying.
Yeah, that blue card and getting your secured rush. I mean, that's one of the best things about Zenkai Buu is that you can choose who you're rushing. And this Goku just doesn't care. So that secured kill early on has a lot of value, even if the unit itself isn't just pumping out the high numbers.
Brad, did you get it that way?
No, I didn't. I'm just saving everything I got for the anniversary because I don't really use GT. I use Vegeta family over Sun family as well, so it was kind of like, no reason to.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I was kind of in the same boat.
Well, you're a God Key, right? You're just hoping that there's a God Key red on anniversary. It's just not going to happen right away.
I'm just hoping to see some God Key, and let's just hope that it's. I swear, if they come out with a God Key unit and it's blue or yellow, I'm going to lose my mind. Or green, or green. It's got to be like either red or purple.
So, what equips would you run him with? What do you think is best for him?
He has that Awaken equip that I think is pretty good, where it's like the one with like little kid Goku, right? I think it's also in his event right now too.
Well, yeah,
And
there's that Goku item you get on
equip.
Ever.
Yeah, that one.
Well, the platinum equip only gives base strike attack, and I think on whatever team you're gonna run him, except if it's maybe GT who are more blast based, I think he gets enough base attack that makes it not you wanna use that equipment, so you rather go for raw strike attack and defense. That's my opinion on attack. Like, it's a good equipment. It's a good equipment for purple melee types, but I think this Goku gets enough base stats, so he doesn't really need the 30%.
One equip I think is definitely necessary for him, and this goes with any Goku unit, is it's all up to my fist, because you're going to be increasing your special move damage, your ultimate damage, and then obviously increasing Vanish Restoration, which is a very unique thing for an equip to offer. So I think with any Goku unit, that's a valuable equipment.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen many people run then the platinum equip, and then one of those two Super Saiyan 4 equips. I think the one that's not in the event, not from PvP, the other one that has him on it. What does that?
Yeah,
give
you're facing me now.
Are you talking about the one? I think it was like
it's
a PvP
these
item,
times
like
were dark
like
enough
5
without you.
seasons
It's
ago.
special move damage, ultimate damage, and base HP, right?
Could be.
Was that the PvP one?
No, I think it's the other
Oh,
one.
was it?
I don't remember if it's PvP or not, but that's
That
a
one
really
has the base
popular
health,
item.
right?
Yeah, it gives you base
Yes.
health 10%, ultimate and special move. If you combine that with the all up to my fist item, you're going to be able to snipe with the blue card pretty effectively.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, these times were dark enough without you. Exactly. I just found it. Yep. Yeah, that's the one that gives base health. TH.
I think what you're seeing on a lot of people. I get Tom's argument, but for the usual setup I see is the platinum item is these times weren't dark enough without you, and it's all up to my fists.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean,
Yeah, pretty
despite
solid,
saying
yeah.
you have enough base damage, I think 30% is just still a lot.
And then that other one, I think, I'm not sure if this one was one of the other ones that Palms was talking about, but it's called You've Gone Too Far, where it's got the key recovery, 22% base strike attack, and then strike defense. It's a decent one.
That's
I would
the
probably
PvP
still
equip.
run it's all up to my. I'd probably still run it's all up to my fists over that one though.
Well,
Not just
on
your-
any Saiyan team, any Saiyan should have the Battle of Saiyans equip with the HP
Yeah.
and the
I like that one as
strike
well.
defense. Yeah. On Sunfam, as I said earlier, you want to have some raw stats for the strike, and that would be it's all you, Gohan. I think Prof should also know that for his purple Gohan. He uses that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has double defense and base or raw strike attack. That's what I would run on Sunfam.
Yeah, that item though, as a caveat, if people don't understand, it's pure strike. It's absolutely fantastic, but it's per Sun family. So if you're running your number one Vegeta or other units that aren't pure Sun, it won't work.
Speaking of which, has anyone ran him on Sun Family over GT, just for funsies? And how did it go?
Well, I will be testing that after the podcast.
Well, you can still pretty much run. I mean, Goku is Sun Family, right? So you can run the GT Super Saiyan 4 Gokus and still get a full proc out of this item. I think we will be seeing that be a common theme, that the Sun Family is more the Goku team at this point.
Yep. And then maybe your odd Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, but honestly, when you start looking at all these Saiyan Z abilities, Gohan starts getting like just neutered left and right by all these different. You're down to like 2 abilities buffing the unit. Is it really worth it?
Yeah, that's true.
No. Might as well go Goku only and have Kakarot Goku, HP boosting all the Gokus.
Exactly, or another Zenkai ability, making your already beefy units beefier, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Super Saiyan 3 Purple Goku. Who then at least gives the Saiyan buffs, which Gohan wouldn't get either.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons, Gohan just doesn't perform as well in Sun Family. He's just missing out, as well as things in his kit. But he's missing out on a lot of those Z abilities.
Yeah, well, something people need to consider for Gohan when he's being ran with the Sun Family, he gives blast damage increase and can take a beating for the most part, as long as he's not getting hit by Confident Blue. So I think he still has a role on the Sun Family team, but anybody that watches me use him sees him just kill everything. That's just not the role he has on Sun Family.
Yeah.
He's more of a support on the Sun Fam team.
I mean, key on entry, blast damage increase, amen. That's why I love Super Saiyan 3 Goku, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. And with that Goku, we also got a new event. Noctis, I guess you completed it. What do you think of that Super Saiyan 4 Goku event?
So yeah, it's a pretty basic and straightforward event, like not a bad sense. I really like those events because they don't give you a headache of completing the challenges, like run the challenge like 4 times to complete everything. So it's like the Caulifla and the Super Gogeta event we had before. Also, you get a bunch of Z power if you didn't have them or like have low-ish stars. So if you really want to get his Zenkai, you could do the event and even think about buying his missions to get even 3k more Z power and have him actually at decent stars and get a Zenkai that way also. Other than that, you get the platinum equipment you guys already talked about for GT. And yeah, my book it's really good for him because of the health restoration, since he has built-in HP regen in his kit. He's like a GB Junior or like GB 2.0 for people who hate GB.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, pretty basic event. The only messy thing is that weird PvE co-op thing that could be annoying.
That's
I don't know why they put it in there. Such a good mission, right? Just play some
I haven't touched
weird
the event.
co-op. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty much there to get the Z power and grind to equip, and that's basically it. The event takes like, I don't know, not 5 minutes, but like 10 minutes to complete, and you have it done basically.
And you get your daily
pretty
Zenkai
simple.
souls, right?
Yes.
Exactly, the daily Zenkai souls, 50 per each tier. Really solid, don't forget them. And other than that, that's pretty much the event summed up.
Yeah.
Prof, did you complete co-op first try?
Well, funny enough, I haven't even tried the latest one. I did when the original extra co-op came out, and we beat it completely without failing. I was like, okay, I can see where people struggle, but I got a really, really strong set of units, right? But no, I got bored of that day 3. I thought I was turning a fresh leaf, but Ultra Goku's not enough. Maybe Ultra Gohan.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, the question is also with the next Ultras, it's like, are they going to have us do the same grind? Is it going to be the exact same thing? Because if we look at Dokkan, they also, I think that they did different things with the free LRs. I'm not sure, but you have some Prime Battle stuff. You got some from Battlefield, so different game modes. But now they already made you basically do all the game modes for Ultra Goku. So the question is, just what are they going to do for the next ones?
In all hindsight, yeah, I think honestly, TOP could have Ultra too. Like, if there's more than enough to finish the unit, and people that are PvP tryhards can go complete Ultra through PvP or co-op tryhards or whatever the heck you call yourself, go do that. I think the only thing I would really like is a nice big old infusion of rare metals right before he drops or when he drops, so I'm not waiting for the entirety of the unit's existence to use him. Like, how many people were waiting just to try out their Ultra Goku, but he has like 100% on his boost panels?
Yeah.
I mean, it took me a while to actually fully soul boost him because I also bought stuff with the rare medals, so I get where you're coming from. And I'm still not using him.
I just want to use it because he dies in the 2 hits.
But I see a few people use him.
Yeah,
I run into
see
him every once in a while.
It's like Super Saiyans mostly.
I've been
And I
running
will
double
say, he
yellow
can do
into
some
him.
decent damage too. Like I've had some
Yeah.
situations where he surprises me with his damage, especially on a Bardock team with the crits.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
every
the
unit
deadliest
shines on that
situation
team.
is when he green cards.
Sorry, what'd you say, Prof?
Oh, I realized Tom started talking at the same time, so I tried to stay quiet. I'm saying like when I see Ultra Goku shine, it's like they swap in, they catch you with the green card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
It's a
just-
dirty
yeah.
combo for sure.
You just say dirty and you mean salty?
Yeah, that too.
It's like, damn it, I fell for it again.
Yep.
Especially when they get their Rising Rush because of it.
Oh
because
yeah.
of the 2 cards.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of
It's the RR
ultras, Brad, do you think that they have something locked and loaded for anniversary? And also, what potential ultras would you actually like to see?
I mean, there's a lot of options that I'd want to see. I don't think we're personally going to get one for anniversary. I'm part of that camp that doesn't think so. I think it'll be like right after the anniversary, but they want to focus on the new units personally. Because if they give you a super nice shiny unit, why are you going to summon for whatever it is, right? Unless you just love that character. But if we did get one, I want to see Kid Spirit Bomb Goku from the very end of GT. I think he fits perfect. I don't necessarily want another Goku right after as an Ultra. But realistically, who's going to be the Ultra units? It's going to be Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Broly, stuff like that. Frieza. I thought you said something else. You're good. So I would definitely go for Kid Goku Spirit Bomb. But from the very end of GT when he beat Omega, that's spoilers. Sorry, but that's perfect.
I can never watch GT.
Yeah, we can't watch.
Hey, there's
GT
some kid
anymore.
out there.
Thanks,
I've
Brad.
never seen GT. This is ridiculous. I'm not watching this podcast again. There's someone. I guarantee it.
Yep.
It's been
We
out
just
for
lost
30
5
years.
subscribers.
Just kind of
Yeah,
throwing this
not
out.
too bad. We're going on like 29 or something like that. But actually, I do think it came out before I was even born. I'm pretty sure it did. That's ridiculous, actually.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
What do you guys want?
6 or
What do you guys
it
feeling?
ended.
I really
For
hope
me?
they use the Ultras to, like, we just got announcement of a new Dragon Ball Super movie, right? And how cool would
Yeah.
it be if they coordinate, know what kind of character's coming, and along with the movie, we start getting Ultras for that. I know that's going to be way off in the future, but that's where I'm excited.
But it's also good
That would
because
be
it gives them
actually
enough
super
prep time.
cool.
Right? They can actually
Yeah.
prepare the Ultra because they say it's taking them a long time. I'm guessing custom animations and all that stuff. So they actually can prepare that and then perfectly time it with whenever it comes out in like JP or worldwide or whatever. It's just like
Yeah.
they had, was it Dokkan that had like Vegito Blue just 2 days after the episode actually aired on Super?
UI as well. Yeah, they got UI the night it aired.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
Damn.
And that's
Yeah, that
just
is
really
crazy.
well planned. 'Cause-
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm really hoping Legends takes a page from their book. And like, because I don't know if y'all remember when Broly was re-released. He was, king of the meta, but it came out with his movie, so everyone was kind of okay with it, but not really, right? And we had the Transforming Gogeta. That just felt hype. Now we got hype of the new movie. We just got this new Ultra system. And if we're not getting one for Annie, I would really hope that if it's a new Goku, Vegeta, whatever, maybe it's the new villain, I would love a new Ultra.
Oh yeah, for sure. My theory on it is, like, speaking of Dokkan, is that we have, because you know how when Dokkan has their anniversaries, they'll have like the anniversary units, and then they'll have the part 2 LRs, right? So what if possibly, they may be taking a page out of their book, and instead of giving us another LF unit, maybe an Ultra unit. I don't think that at like 100%, because honestly, I don't know if they're going to actually have an Ultra unit ready for us for anniversary, but I think that'd be pretty like unexpected of them to do that, right? Do like part 2, here's an Ultra unit, after everyone's like already all hyped up for the LF unit that we get.
So basically, you make everybody summon first, drain all the resources, and then go in with the Ultra and take more resources that aren't there.
Exactly.
Sounds
That's
like
the move.
Legends. Peak Legends. But yeah, personally, I also don't think that we get one for anniversary. I mean,
Yeah.
at first I thought, okay, because they said it takes like about 3 to 6, more than 3 months. I'm guessing more like half a year to finish them for some reason. But then again, some people also said they could just already have worked on 2 in parallel. I don't know how big their team is, but it's not impossible, but I think it's very improbable that we get one. And if you watched the fan-made Ultra videos by me, then you definitely know what character I want next. Spoiler alert, it's the Ginyu Force.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you and kind of what Brad was saying about it. It kind of wouldn't make sense because they're going to be pumping out some new units and they want to have some hype around the new units. So, I mean, an Ultra unit would kind of take away from that hype, but maybe hopefully after anniversary.
Well, I mean, if you want to look into your future on what possible Ultra units would be, I would look at our current LF roster. And I feel like they're already picking the iconic moments for those kind of characters from their series, right? Mm-hmm. I would see an updated version of it. I mean, we already have Namek Goku. This is just another Namek Goku with way hyper animations, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we got 3 of them now.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So, I mean, anybody that knows me knows I'm waiting for the transforming Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, right? Obviously, that this is the kind of card where they could have, like, the screen crack or whatever, where he goes crazy and the hair goes up.
Yeah,
so.
And
I would love that.
That could be his intro animation, right? When like Android 16
bird
gets
animation.
smashed. Yeah, it's like for the burbs.
Yes,
The
dude.
bird flying.
Oh man.
Yeah, Knuckles, what
come on.
about you?
I could see them like what Asdik said, like a part 2 or like part 3 free to play LF that you can grind. Probably nothing too hype. And then like Brad said, like I don't know, like 2 months after the anniversary, they give out like a really hype character again. For example, a Gohan against Cell, right? I could see that to like build up the ultras, but yeah. Other than that, not early anniversary now.
And that's definitely a moment that deserves an Ultra, in my opinion. Gohan vs. Cell. I mean, that's like one of the hypest moments in the entire show, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah,
man.
he's guaranteed an Ultra eventually, for sure.
But what if they do
Yeah,
Ultra Cell
100%.
first, though? So you're not stacked with Sun Family. I would legit be all about that.
I mean, one thing that really just stuck with me is what Brad said. Like, you don't want to take away from the hype of the summonable units. So technically, they could even keep the Ultras and release them in kind of a more dry period to get people excited again to play the game, right?
Yeah.
Because we've had
Yeah.
a lot of times when people were like, "Oh, it's so dry right now," and But if you have like those Ultras, of course you can't do it like regularly just because of the time it takes them to build them. But every once in a while, just kind of spice up the time between like 2 hype events.
No,
Like stagger it in between a couple banner releases.
Well, I mean, let's take Brad's idea of the GT Goku, right? Imagine if they did that and they made him kind of like how free-to-play Vegito was in the first anniversary, to where you still want to do the event. You can make that event wicked hard. Maybe even make the LF the required tool to beat said event, right? And they both go together perfectly. I think that wouldn't take away from summoning the LF, because the LF will probably still be better. It'll have a better Z ability, whatever. Make it premium. But then you make the Ultra unit go with them. And then, win-win. The free-to-play have something to work for. You have something to do all season long, and all feats together perfectly.
So as Ryuden would say, the perfect linking partner.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah,
Super Saiyan 3's best
partner.
friend.
Exactly.
Yeah, so for you in the audience, we have a form out where you can send us your next Ultra kits. So make sure to check out the description down below. Click the link and send us your submissions for whatever Ultra character you think is coming next, and potentially be part of our next video. And with that said, we're going to go over to another segment that is pretty new, and we're just trying things out. Which is the big brain play of the week. So you sent us your submissions for your best plays, and well, we're gonna show 3 of them, and you get to vote which one you like best. So for the guys on the podcast, I'm gonna quickly share my screen, and then we're gonna watch each of them twice, and afterwards, we'll have a link to a form in the description. You get to vote, and next week we'll show you which one won. So we're going to start with the first submission by Reborn. It's going Super Saiyan 3. And, it's just waiting.
2 blue cards, huh?
Okay.
Well, let's see.
Oh, the double blues. Okay.
Yep.
Look at that. Look at that. Noctis can see the future. And into forfeit.
And he just
Okay.
forfeits.
It's like, nah, bro.
Salty quit.
So let's have a look at that one again. You can see
He just
it
got
right here.
smacked with 2 blue cards. He's like, I'm out. Peace, guys.
That's the
I mean-
worst feeling, dude.
That is so frustrating, right?
Yeah.
So that was submission number 1 by Reborn, and dude, that forfeit just feels.
Yeah.
You can just feel it on the other side, right?
Yeah, that's a salty forfeit for sure.
Especially because you never expect a double blue. It always catches you off guard.
Yep.
Yeah, that always
Alright.
happens to me with
Broly-
hybrids, bro.
The Broly probably wanted to bait so he can use his green card, and yeah, it went around.
Yeah.
He
It's
got
like, well,
baited.
I'm so sorry, but that didn't work out the way you planned it.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at submission number 2. And this one's from Woody. And
Oh,
well, as you can see,
paralyzed, huh?
10
As you
Oh,
can
yes.
as,
Yes.
as you can see, Android Super 17,
The best unit in the game.
right? And what's crazy is he timed that tap so perfectly that
Oh
I don't
my
know. I
God.
just don't know how he did it. I think he maybe had a button in his hand that triggered the paralysis.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's sad.
And
That's
bam.
just sad.
Yeah. I could also
That is
see a
amazing.
forfeit there. You know, I wouldn't be surprised.
I thought he was gonna get all 3 kills with 17 from the paralyzed,
Same.
dude.
Yeah, that would have been pretty crazy. And for some reason, it's not playing again. Let me just refresh it real quick. There we
I
go.
think that tap shot's the best part, in my opinion.
Dude, that
Those
tap
like
shot-
single tap shots, it's so satisfying. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just put
because
a bonk
usually
on top of
that's why
that.
he's floating, right? That's why he's floating. Just like, nope, you're not getting me with the taps. And then he's like, yes, I am.
And then the AoE blue. And then he realistically could have just went into the blast right here.
At least to try it out. Yeah, that's true. But then again, banking on the RNG, I think it was the smarter move to actually go and switch to Baby here, just to get
Yeah.
that vanish back, right?
Yeah. But I like taking a gamble. I like risking it all.
Ooh. This meant in a Vegas regular, huh?
He wants to look cool, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, dude.
All right, so let's have a look at submission number 3 by Corb. And, well, maybe you can already guess what's going on here.
The you fool is coming.
He just misses LF.
Yeah, he did. And now he's just floating.
What is happening? Wait, what?
It was
The
just
Choppa was so
DM.
scared. That was so
A
sad.
little chaotic.
Yeah,
He's
he's just
chilling the entire time. And when he see the stance, he suddenly attacks. What?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
he
that-
has it right at the start and then just floats at him.
Is that intimidation factor?
I mean, it worked
And now
out.
he suddenly attacks.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bit crazy. Like, I was like, what the hell? I was also wondering
Yeah.
why he didn't attack with Champa, but then again, you can already also see it's a 3 versus 1. Right? It's
Yeah.
like he
Yeah.
still has like almost full HP on all his units. So now he's just really kind of taunting the opponent. And it worked.
Rip. R.I.P. Champa.
So yeah, thank you everybody for your submissions. Let us know in the comments how you like this segment and what else we can do to make it even more interesting. And make sure to check out a forum and vote for your favorite, and we will let you know in the next podcast. With that said, we can move on to another topic that was suggested to talk about, is that the double RP seasons are now potentially coming to an end. I mean, we don't know for sure, but most likely. Swift, how do you feel about it? You feeling burnt out, or do you actually like the double RP?
The double RP itself, I don't think it's too big of an issue. I do miss the double CC, but obviously we're getting Ultra Goku Z Power instead. But we were kind of talking before the podcast, and so the one negative thing about it, I think, is as you get up towards the higher ranks, there's like a big RP difference most of the time. Normally if you got like right now 19-20k RP, you're fighting people with 3,000-4,000 RP less. Other than that, I really don't have too big of an issue with it. I think it encourages people to play. It is nice early season. You can grind up to 50 real quick and not have to worry about fighting bots. I think it's got its pros and cons, but I'd say the main thing I miss is just the extra CC. What do you guys think?
I know I am very grateful to have the endless fights. I know the complaint that you're fighting people with 3,000-4,000 less than you, but if you take the RP out of the equation entirely and just stop caring about that, the Q button finally works. So I appreciate the ×2 RP season. I'm really not looking forward to this ending. I get a lot of people are missing out on the CC. I think an Ultra unit, frankly, is more valuable than getting shafted twice. But that's just my take.
Yeah. I think.
But then again, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Pump.
I'm just saying, you say take the RP out of the equation, but then again, you have so many that for you, that's kind of easy to say. For some people are struggling, to get places.
Well, the only people that are going to be affected by the negative aspect of the ×2 RP season are people like myself. Like, everybody else is going to find appropriately ranked fights. You do not have 20,000 RP, and if you do, you're probably in the top 200 right now.
Yeah, I'm in the top 200 right now, but yeah. I feel what you're saying. I'd rather have fights than not have to wait. I'd rather be fighting than sitting in queue for 30 minutes, that's for sure. So
yeah, I'm going to battle rank 35 next season. It's not like I'm going to screen cap this and it's going to do anything for me. The rewards don't really increase past top 100 besides getting multi-Z power. So it's get rank 1, get top 1,000, or get top 10k, right? And so if you've already locked in your top 1k, and those are going to be the people that are affected by the negative aspect of the ×2 RP, then yeah, just stop thinking about the RP, enjoy some PvP fights, or maybe put your device down. I think the people that are most negatively affected by ×2 RP are the people that want to just log in really quick, create a couple matches, and be top 10k. They're going to find that's a lot more competitive right now, and that's where the real burnout's going to set in.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's what I wanted to talk about too, because inversely, I know how earlier you guys were talking about basically once you are at that very high points of RP, it's just going to start matching you guys with lower RP opponents, right? And I feel like on the inverse side of it, from you guys, you're probably okay, I'm just happy to be finding a match. But for them, they're probably I do not want to be matched up against this extremely high RP player right now, and potentially just get stomped. I feel like there's I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of times where you do get faced against those really, really sweaty matches that you normally wouldn't go against, especially without the double RP season. And so I can definitely see why there is a lot of cons, especially there when I'm not gonna lie, as you guys do know, the viewers know I am free to play. Some of my teams are a little bit scuffed, right? Sometimes I'll be going in there. Earlier you guys were saying that I would not touch PvP without a sub 7 unit. And yesterday I was trying, I think I'm top, I think I'm ranked around 600 or something like that. And I was trying to use my 3-star launch. Maybe that's just a mistake on my part. Maybe I should just not do that at all. But it was not fun. It was rough for sure. So I can definitely see why a lot of people are not too invested into the double RP, especially without the double CC, right?
Yeah, no.
I give you props for running a 3-star launch though.
He's the only one that does.
Well, this is a man of courage, and he likes to take a gamble, as we heard. So,
yeah,
right?
Dude, I still regret getting her missions. I wasted 2,000 CC on her missions. It was the most pointless. I don't know why I did it, but I did.
Well, Brad, what is your take on the double RP season? You like it or not a fan?
I mean, I'm back and forth because I think it's fine to get up to rank 50. I think it's always been you should just use it until you get up to rank 50 and then it goes to normal RP. I've always had that thought process about it. But at the same time, it's hella annoying when you're talking 20k RP for a normal player. You guys, some of you guys live for Legends, I do to an extent because I make content and stuff like that. But normal players, that's a lot to ask someone to do in a mobile game. Just to get 2k, so I'm fine with it going away personally.
Yeah,
it doesn't really affect. Yeah, it's not. It's whatever brings people more to the game. It doesn't feel so out of reach. Cause heck, like I said, I have a pretty decently stacked account. I would say, I pretty much could have bought a car instead of my account. So, and I have issues with it getting to that point, so I can't imagine if I had smaller teams, if you take all my units and you cut them in half, their power, I'd go insane. It is what it is. Seriously, I remember when they made triple RP and I was like, oh my God, all right, yeah, let's do it. I guess 29,000 RP, I'm in,
Jesus.
And it's a normal player, you don't even have time for that. You literally don't. I borderline don't even have time for it nowadays with 5.9 and everything. To make videos and whatnot on it, but it's if I was just a normal person, I had kids and I had a job and all this kind of stuff, I'd be yeah, let me just play Legends for 9 hours. I'll make dinner later. Hold on. So I'm fine with it.
Stop crying.
I mean, you got 2.
Yeah, no, it's like, I'm grinding for you. Stop it. Yeah, I know.
This will be your account one day. Sorry, Prof. I cut it. I think I cut
Well,
you
I
off.
was just I think that especially in the ×2 season, it takes like what 2 hours at most to hit bell rank 50, maybe 3 or 4 if you're struggling. And
Yeah,
then
I agree.
you
At most, yeah.
You shoot straight up there, right? And then one of the advantages of the ×2 season, it's a kind of a hidden meta, if you would. If you chill until the end of the season, your score will skyrocket because everybody's worth a fortune. They're the same players. You're going to have to cap either way, right? And so a lot of people like to start on the second week of a ×2 season, and then it's just like turbo fuel. They just get the entire week done in one little sitting.
Yeah, that's what I usually do. It's like that's why I took my my stream schedule. So I stream on Tuesday because that's the last day of the season, and then I'll just go and see if I can reach top 1,000. Especially in double RP, you get so many high RP opponents that it's not really a big deal because if you lose like what 10 RP, but you win 180 if you win. I'll take it.
Also, if you do what Prof said, is you face way worse teams. Like if you do it like first day, you face all those whales that have the same RP as you because it just started, but they are already far away from you when you only start like a week later or at like a few days before it resets, right? So you face way worse teams, and the player hopefully is also a bit worse, so you win. But yeah, it's way easier. Like Prof said, you gain so much RP and have less struggle.
Noctis doesn't like the tryhards because he's
I don't
one.
either. I'm with you right there.
I mean, I like the double RP season for the fact that you're getting fights and you don't have to sit in the endless queue when you're actually in the top 100. Prof and I know about that way too much. But yeah, I don't like it when you're not fully into it. Like if you're missing 1 or 2 days, you drop so far. Like I remember 2 days ago I was like top 100, rank 69, whatever. And I didn't play for 1 day and I was rank 501. So if you're missing a day, you're dropping pretty quickly.
I was like ranked 50 something yesterday, and I have opened my tablet just now to check, and I am 223.
No.
Yeah, you lose ranks really quick if you don't keep up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, depends also on the kind of goals you set for yourself. I mean, like Tom and Prof, you are regulars in like what, the top 50. For me, now that I stopped having, like grinding daily on stream, I was like, nah, top 1,000 is fine. I mean, you get almost the same rewards, so
Yeah.
not really like. I mean, it's fun to play a lot, and I get that. But if you don't have the time, it's what 100 Z power more or less in a normal season.
Yeah.
That's not really
Not worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just chased the top cut titles.
those are cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, if I wasn't making videos for top 100, I probably wouldn't even go for top 100 just because it is such a time consumer. But yeah, it definitely takes a lot of time.
Yeah, especially as a content creator, like I feel like it's definitely a disadvantage for me, especially for someone like me. I do like running the scuff teams. That's pretty much all I got going for me is the scuff team. So when I do find myself, I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I sit down and play Legends and I'm like, damn, I'm just getting fights after fights. Like, yes, I understand what Prof is saying, where I'm just like, okay, I'm just enjoying this. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm enjoy PvP, and I'll find myself at the higher ranks, and then I kind of just cuck myself out of using those fun teams. So it really do be like that sometimes.
Yeah, you see, I'm not as patient as you. If you guys ever see my stream, I always just use like freaking hybrids and full powered one-shot nonsense because I can't stand running scuff teams, especially because I run in and then the next thing I find is like a full Zenkai Saiyan team. I'm like, I'm gonna tickle you to death, I suppose.
Yeah.
So I feel like even frame one, because a lot of I think not Swift Noctix pointed out that if you start playing right at the start, you immediately find everybody else with their whaled out teams. It takes like 5 fights in, you hit like rank 40, and then suddenly it's full 14 star from that point forward.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I couldn't do that, man. Props to you for taking that 2-star launch or 3-star launch.
Yeah, it takes courage. All right, so I think
It's
we heard
painful.
pretty much everyone's opinion. But something else is also coming to an end, and that's the Tournament of Power Preseasons. So what do you think ASLeague is next?
Oh, dude, I hope we get some changes for this, because honestly, like, at first, I like memed on this game mode. Like I memed on it like so hard, and I was just like, oh yeah, like this is the best game mode ever, and just completely like taking a dump on it. And like as the seasons have gone on, I've gotten really invested in it to the point where I have memorized some of the TOP kits where I'm like, okay, I can already, like, this is the team that I want to build. And so it's almost started to not become a joke anymore, and I'm a little bit scared. So I'm kind of hoping that this does end up turning into something great, because I'm starting to enjoy this. Like, I'm not going to lie, like, I do love building my team and then just going ahead and, like, because I think the meta right now, I don't know how invested you guys are into TOP, but the meta is basically just whatever units can self-sustain, that's going to be your go-to teams, right? Because like I think right now for preseason 3, I think Androids is definitely like one of the best teams, and the reason why is that you have a lot of Android members on there that can heal up like after like within the turns and stuff like that. Especially there's the red Android 18 who actually heals up your allies within the certain tile spaces, and I don't know, like even as a free-to-play player, like yes, I understand that this game mode definitely is more catered to the stacked teams for sure. Because if you run into this like with like really like low star units, or especially for newer accounts that don't have like pretty much a lot of teams built in the first place, it can get really difficult really quickly. Especially you're going to see the more successful you do, the more difficult it's going to get, right? Because there's leagues to it. So you start off with C League, I progressed to B League, and now I'm currently in A League. And so next season it's probably going to be what? S League. I think I'm pretty sure it's going to go up again. And yeah. And so then you're going to get like the increased difficulty on the stages and stuff like that. So it's only going to get more difficult for me. I think even ZVG has acknowledged that. Like it's just the better you do, the more difficult it's going to get, the harder it's going to be for free-to-play players. So it's going to be a little bit unrealistic for us to go ahead and do it. But I think if you have like really stacked teams, you're going to be okay, no matter what. If you're a spender on this game and you're not just spending on specific tags, you're just kind of just spending in general, and you can just build these general teams, like you're going to be a-okay. Like you're gonna go ahead and be able to get this free like 1kcc like no matter what. Like, but for me, like I am heavily invested into Androids. I think as a free-to-play player, like you have to go ahead and have one team that you're definitely going to be confident enough with. And so I just basically got lucky here by Androids being in the meta. I think I'm like ranked 240 right now, but that's purely out of luck, right? If it was any other team, I think I definitely wouldn't have this amount of success. But so I'm just hoping maybe we get some more free-to-play friendly tuning updates to this, maybe, and you know, something of that nature. I honestly, I think this game mode's gonna stick around. I think it's doing pretty well.
Dude, I crapped on this mode when it came out. Oh, I can't even play it. Oh, it automatically plays itself. But I had so much fun this season. I actually just tweeted about it. I'm looking forward to next season. Like, I was reading all the hybrid kits last night, and I was like, ooh, I noticed that Broly movie Gohan, the blue one.
Yep.
He's like, he has a taunting ability, and I'm literally talking on my Discord like, I can't wait to try this ability out. Like, I got ideas flying through my head, and I didn't think this was going to happen. So I have to recant all my statements every time I bring up this mode. I love TOP now.
I remember last week we talked about it as well, right? How there's like two camps like us that are kind of excited, like, oh, I got one more TP, let me try that team. And then some people will just wait until they have like 4 or 5 and then just do it. And I just finished my last fight, and currently 26. I really like this game. I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna probably end up like 200 maybe. But I really like this game mode, and what I'm hoping for the most is that there's not gonna be a break. So what I'm hoping is more like evolution instead of revolution, just because, you know, if they now say, okay, we're now looking at all the data, and before we haven't looked at all the data, you're not getting a new season, then we would have to wait like what, a month, 2 months maybe post Anni, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that, you know, they just, I mean, for all I care, they can just leave it as is, make, you know, S League, whatever comes next, more difficult, you know, with the 5 punches, and slowly as they figure out more things, just add them like week by week or like season by season, rather than just, you know, like change the entire thing, and then maybe the experience isn't even as good anymore. So that would be what I'm hoping for personally. It's just that there's no break, and that they slowly evolve the game mode rather than, you know, like disrupt it with like a big bang change.
Do you guys think there should be separate league or separate leaderboards for each league?
There are,
yeah.
Oh, they don't all combine?
You can
Nuh-uh.
If you go to the leaderboard, you can see people from A, you can see people from B,
but you
see
can
people from
at
C.
the bottom underneath, you can click on league ranking, and then you just see people from your league.
But does that count towards your rewards though? Like for
No.
like the top 10K reward? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Do you think that
Only
should all be
helps
combined?
you to see if you get upgraded to the next league or if you will downgrade to the league below. That's the only thing why it's there to begin with.
Yeah, here it says if you place 3,571 or higher, you'll be promoted to S League. And if you place 12,501 or lower, you will be demoted to B League. And in between you stay.
Okay.
So yeah, I think, but I think the rewards are fine, to be honest. I mean, you get, what's it, 1,000 CC and then, an amount of rare medals and a title. I think.
Because I guess right now it's
Clearing
basically
it-
set up to where if you're in a lower league, it's harder to get the better rewards. But I
Yes.
guess that makes sense anyway. But if you're like just new, I guess if you're just new, you're not gonna really have the teams to do it regardless.
Yeah.
So I guess it kind of makes sense. That was one thing I kind of felt bad about because I was like, damn, I'm trying to get a higher rank, but then I'm like, well, I only have I'm in B right now, so I only have the 3-fist fight, like the 3-fist difficulty. And obviously I can't get enough points to even get close to getting a better rank. So that's what I was
fair.
talking about, how everything's combined.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because right now I'm looking also
Yeah.
at the season rewards, and there's also a reward for the battle score. So I'll get the one for over 27 million, which is going to be 2,000 rare medals, 5 erasers, and 100 extra crystals. Plus you get another, I think, 200 CC for killing the last boss. So in total, it's going to be like up to 1,300 CC, I would say. So that's pretty good. I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's definitely really good.
But where's my USCR CC?
There they are.
You get a bunch of CC in there.
Yeah. So Brad, what do you think of TOP? What's your take on it? And what do you hope for the next season?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I definitely forgot to play it a bunch, and I got demoted back down to P League. But I don't know. I mean, it's okay. I don't dislike it by any means, but it's just I never think about it. Like it's not like on my mind. And then I log in. And I actually was trying this season just to do auto battle, just to see how it turned out, and it's terrible because you guys were curious about that.
Yeah.
You'll take a whole bunch of L's really fast. But I mean, it's fine. It's a fun little game mode. It's something extra as long as they can fine tune it a little bit better to just make it more, I don't know, feasible. I guess I don't know, whatever you want to say, for everybody to play it a little bit easier. But it's all right. I'm terrible at it, but it's fine.
I think the thing that a lot of people need to do, and I think you're in that boat right now, is I had to go through and reread all the kits for the Hybrid Saiyans, and when I did that, I understood what was happening.
You
And I think, yeah, it took some time. I went through and you would click on a unit, click TOP, then read their kits, because some units like the transforming Bojack Gohan, he's fantastic. I love him, but he's kind of a dated unit. So units that are crap by the PvP standards are actually fantastic in TOP. And so
Exactly. Boo tanks.
I think that's
So there's a lot of
really
units
cool.
with really unique aspects like Boo Tanks where he only has value in there. And actually, sometime in the future, I guarantee you we're going to be discussing when a new unit drops their effects that they're going to have on the TOP. Because there's a lot of interesting ideas that are going to be floating around, and there's going to be metas that form. And I think that once you rip that band-aid off and you dive into it once, it doesn't take any upkeep for me. I just start the fight and I keep going. Now that I understand what's happening, I can manipulate it in just a couple of seconds, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you
And
just pick your team and then just do the order.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm a hybrid guy, right? So I only read my hybrid kits. I read the region one just out of curiosity when I saw them take over the ladder, but I picked my hybrids. So if you're into Goku team or whatever you want to run, Brad, I would recommend you just sit down, read that one team, and whatever janky thing you throw together is going to be better than the other people that don't understand TOP, and you'll get max rewards.
Well, yeah, so I was trying to do that initially. I used Regen, and I was trying to... this is when you could take L's and get points still. And I was trying, but I literally could not die, so I built like a really, really good Regen team. Like actually reading through, like you said, Boo Tanks, all these different units, knowing where the placement's at. But it's just remembering to do it. More than I have like 80 things to do, so it's like even playing Legends is like, I actually have to like, okay, I'm going to set aside an hour right now to play Legends real quick, and then I get back on here. If you guys have noticed with 5.9, we've been putting up like 8 videos a day for the last like 2 weeks.
This man
And it's
grinding.
like, let me go in here real quick. All right, TOP. All right, cool. I lost. All right, sweet. Back to what, and it's like, all right, cool. I mean, I'm not too concerned about it, to be honest. I think it's a fun little mode, and if people are digging it, hey, that's dope. May not just not be my cup of tea completely, you know.
Well, that's fine.
I legit found myself on the edge of my chair because one of my units barely survived a round of TOP. Like, I didn't think that would ever happen, but I rewatched the fight and I was just like, oh no.
Did you
see? Nas got you, bro. You rewatched it.
No. I saw the win screen. I'm like, that had to be close, right? But no. You see, if it wasn't interesting, one of the things I love about TOP is like, if you're like Brad, right, don't really care, you can wait for all 5 energy and just sit down and go boop, 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 right? It won't even take you 15 minutes.
And you actually get some continuous playtime as well this way.
Yeah.
You know, if that's also more for you rather than, you know, what some of us do where it's just like, oh, I got one TP, let's go.
That's dude. I'm like that. I'm like a crackhead for it.
I'm forgetting about it. I'm always at 5 energy.
Can you even still finish the TOP?
I think so. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like one of the things that's really important is to have healers in there because, you know, if you want to actually rank high, you cannot waste any of those nodes that, you know, team change or heal. So I feel like you really need to look at those kits. Like, for example, right now, androids are pretty prevalent. But then again, what's cool is like Lucy, for example, one of our mods is running hybrids. And he actually seems to have read most of the kits because he threw in the number 1 Vegeta just because he heals everybody. And he's pretty close to me.
Too.
Well, there's a lot of people running Red 18 on off teams as well.
I'm running her as well because she heals.
So Vegeta also gets 4% of the battle boost bonus or whatever it's called. So yeah, he's really
you have to
good.
look at the tier characters too.
Yep.
Yeah, and then also the green first form cell, for example, he also heals 10% of his own HP. So it's like stuff like this that really helps. And then 16, for example, gets the cover change for the units in range, and 60% damage reduction.
Spicy.
So it's you know, there's some really cool things in there.
Yep.
What I want them to add is when you pick a stage, you see the opponent's characters, right?
Yeah.
I want them that if you hold the characters, you can read their kits ASAP. So you need to, like right now, I need to go back, character list, search for the character, and then read the kit. And then I'm like, oh, okay, this character basically like last priority. But when I look at like Beerus, I'm like, oh, I'm a first priority Beerus because on the second turn, he debuffs one of my teammates with a no attack debuff. So it's like stuff like that. Like, let me quickly read the kit and not let me go back. That's the most annoying thing in my book. Like, you can choose the order with one click. Why can you not hold it and see the kit?
Yeah, that would definitely be extremely helpful.
That would be so helpful in my book.
Yeah, the last fight that I think I did. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Other than that, you need to like memorize or write it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Renzi finally needs to put it on DBZ.space.
Or that. Yeah.
So go ahead, Asdik, you wanted to say something?
Oh no, I was just going to go basically just bouncing off Noctis's idea. Is just that would be so helpful. Like, it would be ridiculous because I think the last fight I did in TOP was against that stupid, the sparking yellow kid Gohan, the one with like Piccolo in the background, and I didn't read his kit, so I targeted him last. And so his TOP kit, what he does is every time you kill an opponent or every time one of his allies dies, he super attacks you. So I targeted him last. So every time I killed someone on the enemy team, he was super attacking me every single time. So he had like 5 super attacks on me, dude. And I was just like, dude, if I would have just been able to read his kit just from right there, from that little menu, I would not have let that happen. I would have killed him first.
Wait, who was that again? I'm sorry.
The sparking,
Who?
The OG kid
the yellow kid Gohan.
Oh, god damn it. The yellow one?
Yeah.
He's that good? Yikes.
Yeah, as long as your allies are dying.
In the opponent's team, that's really good, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're hoping for the opponent, right? I think I also always use them, prioritize them last because I don't usually read the kits of my opponents because I don't really think about it, but also because of what Noctis said. You know, it's just tedious.
It takes so long, yeah.
Yeah, well, there are definitely kits that are designed for the AI to use to punish you on your way up, right? Yeah. I've noticed that because you're not wanting your units to die in TOP, right? So all these ones that per dead ally, to me that reads, oh, this is a very dangerous unit on the ladder up. But it also got me thinking that we've discussed before about guild versus guild, and I have a slight feeling that the TOP might become involved with that because it's an auto combat based system in the first place, and you could set up a defensive team knowing full well that your units are going to die. You could make it like a freaking death trap for people to run into. So I have a feeling that they might be going a step further with these TOP kits.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. Alrighty, so we have one more topic before we move on to your questions, and that is, the current state of the GT team. It's gotten quite some love, and anniversary is nice. So, Prof, what are your thoughts on GT? Are they a serious contender in PvP right now, or are they still missing something?
You know what? Whenever I look at GT, I just can't put my finger on it. I really like the team. I like the units individually. Super 17 drives me up the wall. You say what you want about paralysis. The unit is stupid good. And so I just feel like they're just a nudge away. They kind of feel like the, not 18, but, the female warrior team, Rival Universe, Vegeta family, powerful opponent. It feels like it's on that kind of precipice of power to where it's just right under the top teams. So maybe we'll see on anniversary. I'm curious to hear Tom's opinion because these guys actually use these units a little bit more. But when I encounter them in PvP, I'm not sweating it at all.
In terms of GT, as I said, the new Goku has that new unique, and he also, with the Zenkai ability, boosts some purple units that are not there yet. Maybe a LF unit. I think they're usable. You don't have to be scared anymore to use the team. But they don't have that, like, yeah, I'm gonna beat you. You have to work for your win. You still have to work for that. As of if you compare that to, like, if you're running Saiyans, hybrids, whatever, oh, I can beat that guy. With GT, you're not there yet. The Goku is a big step, I think, in terms of the support unique. Like, he makes that Vegeta hit super, super hard. 17 just super annoying, and once I hope it's not gonna happen, but once Baby gets his Zenkai, they're gonna be up there with the constant healing, the support.
Please no.
I don't want that.
Oh,
Please
don't even.
I mentioned this.
About it.
If Super Baby 2 gets a Zenkai, make the Zenkai 3 and 6 abilities tied to GT support or Baby's personal kit. Yeah. I do not want to see him giving any more utility to the regeneration team because the GT team will not feel that love. It will be Majin Buu who feels that love.
Yeah, basically. But I think,
dude, if Super Baby 2 gets a Zenkai, you just won't be able to kill Regen. Like, they'll just be unkillable.
Regen needs that buff.
Yeah. But I think, as Prof said, like, they're missing something. I don't know what it is.
Unit.
Probably. But you have the new EX, Baby, who's OP.
The blue card. It actually is annoying.
Yeah, I agree. I think GT is definitely viable now, but kind of like Prof said, they're just kind of like a nudge away from being top tier, in my opinion.
I mean, they have proper equipment. Like, they have Awakened equipments, regular equipments that are super good, actually.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
They're missing something. I don't know what it is.
Well, I've lost to the GT team with my fully optimized hybrids team. This team will carry you. You can win. But as Tom said, that guy had to work for it. With a Super Saiyan team, you could get lucky with some Bardock crits and just obliterate a unit in 2 seconds. With the Hybrid Saiyans team, you could kill one of my units and I'll FSK one of yours. GT doesn't have any of this. The gimmicky thing you have is Super 17's ultimate, and I would pop that as soon as possible because that seems to define every match I have versus them. But, God Key doesn't even care about paralysis, so maybe versus them, they don't even give a crap about the GT team. And, as Tom said, there's no oomph factor. When you see a GT team, you're not like, okay, I gotta watch out for this unit, like maybe the red Vegeta. But I'm not really worried about them just blowing up my hand or blowing up my characters entirely.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say I play GT quite a bit now. The one thing that's kind of holding them back is just color versatility, because, I mean, if I'm quoting Raditz from Game Press, like, this Super Saiyan 4 Goku is just not that very usable. And I think everybody can figure out that you're bringing Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and Super 17. So they can also color counter you, and that's not really helping you.
Yeah,
but other than
absolutely.
that, I do like the units. Especially Super 17 puts a lot of pressure on your opponent to see if they, combo drop, if they use a blast card early. So it forces them to switch up their playstyle a little bit in a way that they might not want to. But yeah, I feel like they need a strong blue or yellow, you know.
Yeah, I was about to say, if I could wave a magic wand and give GT one last little bit of love, it would Zenkai Sin Shinron.
Yeah.
Or GT Vegeta, maybe?
Sin Shinron, man. I don't want to Saiyan to get a Zenkai.
Okay, fair enough. I think
Sin
there's-
Shinron would be a crazy Zenkai, giving them
That
endurance
would.
and
Yeah,
everything.
endurance
that
would
would
be
be
big.
that would actually be
That'd
a
be
crazy
beautiful.
Zenkai.
I feel like that would pull the entire team together, and the people that pull the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. If your opponent doesn't have it red, it's going to be a rough day.
Oh yeah, double.
Yeah.
Imagine
Absolutely.
double endurance on the Zenkai Sin Shenron. It just comes back again. It turns into Omega, and it's like it's gonna be like endurance and then full revival into Omega Shenron. Easy. But yeah, strong yellow or blue. So maybe Gogeta, a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta could fill that spot if he comes at Anniversary, which I mean looks to be pretty safe bet, right?
Yeah. I could definitely seeing him be yellow or blue for sure.
So we're still not going to have another red Legends Limited? Okay.
No,
That's never.
that's just off the
happening
table.
anymore.
Yeah.
Legends Limit Red.
I feel like
They'll
he
give
might
us
be
that
purple
right after they
because
give
of the
me
Goku.
another. Right after they give us
Nope.
another blue God Key unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be green.
Exactly.
Well, what purple GT unit does that Goku buff besides the EX Kid Q? Who am I forgetting?
That's it.
So I believe that Gogeta 4
Pan.
will be purple.
EX Pan, come on, man.
That-
Okay,
Oh,
yeah. I forgot about UI Pan.
Yeah, how could you forget about that though?
How could I live
I-
with myself?
I'm gonna guess that Gogeta 4 is gonna be purple because this Goku's Z ability doesn't make any sense other than they just really didn't want to make Super Saiyan 3 Goku even stronger.
Maybe.
I think he's gonna be blue. They just
Yeah,
love
I'm
blue
hoping for him
units.
to be blue.
They just love blue unit.
Yeah, me too.
You love blue units too?
Blue Saiyans in particular.
Yep, that makes sense.
No, but what they could do is like Senkai DEX Shenron, like make him on a similar, I guess, power level than the Frieza they did, the blue Frieza. If he's as good
Ooh.
as that, that could be a super good team.
Yeah. I could see that.
I mean-
Alrighty. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Prof.
I've just thrown this into the universe. It's been thrown out a couple times. They could finish the Shadow Dragon tag.
Please.
Yes, that would be great. I mean,
Some
also
free-to-play Shadow
Dokkan.
Dragons.
Dokkan just released an LR Shadow Dragons, right? So, like an entire team in one kit in one card. But still, I think that would be cool if you had like Oceanus Shenron and Naturon and
Dude,
whatever
yeah.
the other guys are called, Mole Shenron or something. Rage.
Well, they
I
had
would
like
love that.
all three of the dogs came out on a banner. All three Pride Troopers. Come on, give us the Shadow Dragons.
Yeah.
That would
free-to-play
be
Shadow
one
Dragons.
banner to completely viabize the GT team. Just boom.
I mean, you could
Three
you
units
could,
ready
you
to
could
go.
even just do the more popular ones, right? Ice Nova and Oceanus.
Yep.
And that'd be
Exactly.
already pretty.
I don't
good.
even know the names of the others.
It's
I
like
could
the
definitely see
fat
that for
Remember
Shenron.
anniversary.
Hayes Shenron, dude? Come on.
No, dude, it's the fat Shenron,
Oh.
the slime Shenron, and the dick Shenron. Okay.
That works too.
Gotcha. Alrighty, so I think it's time to move on to your questions, and as always, make sure to keep an eye peeled on our Twitter account, where we will be posting a questions thread before the podcast, so you can post your questions for us to discuss. The first one is coming from Tats Johan, asking, would it be reasonable for Legends to change some of the daily login rewards you get? Like instead of 10 crystals, they boost it up to 20, and for the weekends for 50, or even add single summon tickets on the weekend for the new banner to make it more free-to-play friendly. What do you think?
Hey, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for it, but it's not going
I
to
would
happen.
be down.
Yeah, it's not.
Like they already do that for the weekend, right? Where you get the 3 erasers or whatever the heck it is you're going to pick. I think
Yeah, too.
one thing that Legends doesn't have that I think they should introduce is a login streak bonus to de-incentivize people from missing a day.
Yeah, like Dokkan has that.
Yeah,
but
that's
the
true.
rewards on Dokkan
Yeah.
are so bad. Like it doesn't. You don't care. This is just a couple of Zenny or like a super low tier item.
Yeah, it's
There
trash,
just
yeah.
should never be an argument for somebody to turn off Legends for 2 weeks for the return crystals. It just shouldn't be in the hand. Like, even if the person doesn't care about TOP, PvP, it shouldn't be possible for you to not play the game and get more Chrono Crystal.
Easy. Every 2 weeks you get 600 LLZ power. I'm kidding, of course. But yeah, do you think that any of this would make sense for the Legends side team as well? Because we also have to see that they're a business and they want to, like, kind of increase the bottom line at one point.
How bad can it
I mean, we're
increase for
getting
the
to a
CC
point.
like do 20 CC?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Sorry, what was that? Multiple people talking over each other. Didn't hear.
Oh, I said I agree with that 100%. I agree with what he was saying. That it's like it's not gonna make that big of a difference if they gave it 50 CC every like 2 days a week, right? It'd be fine.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I think anything that helps make the community a little bit happier, as long as they're not, giving out an insane amount, obviously, because they're not going to do that. But even just a little bit, I think if it helps make the community happier, then it's definitely a good thing. So I'd be all for something like that.
I mean, I think the players would not complain about that, but yeah, you would probably have to ask yourself to what end would the Legends devs or the Legends team do that. So, not sure.
Now, what I would like them to do is, even if the banner is crap and it gets memed on for being crap, people enjoy daily free summons. Give us a banner that literally costs nothing to do a free crank on it. Make the rates horrible. Who cares? Just give me a free crank. People like that stuff, right?
I mean,
They
like a
kind of do
daily
that
multi?
sometimes during like certain events, don't they? Like they come out with like a specific like limited time banner, where it's like every time you or every daily login you get like a multi. Didn't they do that like last anniversary?
Yeah,
or
they've
something?
done that with
Or
the free
I remember
multis.
seeing that before.
Like, I played Dragalia Loss, and one of my favorite things is when a new banner drops, and they give you free multis on the banner, right? Your rates, and you're probably not going to get the character, but it's still fun, and it gets me logging into the game just to have that one chance, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, speaking
Yeah,
of that
definitely
too,
agree.
we didn't get any Goku Day banner, huh? Like last year we got the Goku Everyday, right? And then prior to that, didn't we get something else too, like the Family Kamehameha banner?
And I gotta say,
We
that's
got,
a
like, a
missed
step up,
opportunity,
yeah.
man. I was really
bad,
hoping
yeah.
for something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could have had something, but we got Annie in like what, 2 weeks, guys? 3 weeks? I feel
Yeah.
like they're
Yeah, 3.
they're stacking the deck right now, if you would. So I'm not too offended, but I was kind of a little sad that they didn't send me something in the mail.
It's so weird. Like they don't need to do like a banner, but do like a one-time stage where you get like something like multi-Z power, since we don't get it from PvP right now for 3 seasons in a row. Like one-time
Yeah.
thing. Like give us something, or give us something in the gift box, like something. But not
Even a message. I
nothing.
mean, you go to look at the
Yeah.
news, and I don't even think they mentioned Goku
nothing.
Day. You'd think that they
No.
would.
Yeah.
Don't forget, it's Piccolo Day.
Exactly. That's why we get nothing, man.
All right, so let's move on to question number 2 from Bahai. That's pretty much the best take I can try to pronounce your name. Do you think the third year unit could be someone other than Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? And if so, who could it be?
I want full power Jiren. I was told it's too soon, but I would love a full power Jiren.
SSBE maybe a red unit for Swift, please.
No.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
I've heard the evolution Vegeta too, floating around.
Out like that, yeah, out like that. But he probably, like, people will probably say he's not like an anniversary unit. It has to be like a Goku or a fusion, like the usual talk, right?
Well, I was
Well-
thinking they're going to be able to do a double LF. Like, we're going to get SSJ4
Or that.
Gogeta plus someone else, right? And the
Or
current
that,
topics
yeah.
people are throwing out is Future or TOP. Looking like TOP.
Yeah, and I mean, I would like to see, Mastered Ultra Instinct, but let's be honest, it's probably too soon. I mean, they're probably going to be saving that one for a while. So for TOP, I mean, God Topo, Evolution Vegeta, I think those two, even just those 2 units alone would be hype enough. And then obviously that'd be the TOP side, and then they'd have a GT side with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I think that'd be cool. Those would probably be the units I would want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be good if we had 2 LFs. And I would
Yeah,
be,
like one
I
for
would
each
even be-
side.
yeah. I mean, honestly though, I think I remember D3 saying that this double LF banner was a mistake and they're never going to do it again. The question
Yeah.
is if they have 2 banners, because that's also something we don't know yet. Are there going to be 2 banners? because maybe there's going to be 5. No, but you know,
What?
we don't know
5.
how they're going. Yes, maybe 10. We don't know how they're going to structure it, but I also feel like it should be worth it. You know, let's say you want the TOP units, but you also want the LF Super Saiyan 4. You know, so to have it like the Vegito Blue was last year, so that he's on both banners, and then maybe the tickets have like slightly increased rates.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, it's going to be like the GT team last year then. You're going to pull the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and you're not going to care about your TOP units. Like,
Sweet
I
revenge.
really... I think it was the Frieza and Piccolo banner where the tickets were interchangeable.
Yep.
That I think was the most hyped system. I would love it if they had 2 fleshed out featured banners, right? To where if you're a collector, you're probably going to hit them both. But if you want to go TOP, you go through the TOP route and you get that LF and those units, or you can go the GT route. I know collectors out there are probably like cringing at me saying double LF, but I think that is anniversary worthy as long as they flesh out both banners and they don't make a halfway measure like they did in anniversary 2.
And I
to make
agree.
this- Go ahead.
If the tickets were interchangeable, I think that would be really nice. Because let's say you want TOP units and you go summon on that banner, and let's say while you're summoning you get the units you want. Okay, now I'm going to use the tickets and go try and get the other units on the other banner. So that'd be really cool.
Or what I would like is that the LF, like both LFs, are on both banners, but the rates are different. For example,
Yeah.
the TOP LF has like 0.5, but the GT LF has like 0.25. That you have a chance to still get it, but it's lower. Like if you want to get the normal featured units, you can like have your chance at getting them from TOP, for example, but you still have the chance to get the GT LF.
Right.
Yeah,
if
I
you wanna
agree.
collect it.
Have both LFs on both banners and just have like low rates for one and featured rates obviously for the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be amazing, but I don't see them do that.
Wait, is that how they did the Piccolo one, or where's the gimmick on that? Because I know the tickets went back and forth, but they had to summon on the banner to get the character, right?
Not even
Yeah,
sure.
I think the LFs were separated on that, if I can remember right.
Yeah.
But was that the second anniversary where the Vegito Blue had higher rates, and then on the GT banner he was still on the GT banner, but he had lower rates or something? I think, or
No, I
I
think
can't
it
even
was the
remember.
same.
Yeah,
It's
same
just he was
rates.
the only LF.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
not
you
sure
pull
then.
him and you suddenly you don't care about your Omega or your Super Saiyan 4 Goku. It was
Right.
It was almost counterproductive to where everybody just hit that future banner so they get as many stars on their trunks and Zamasu as possible. And I just don't want to see that happen again, where we get a monotone season for like 2 months straight.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that for sure. The Vegito Blue meta was
Yeah,
little yeah. Yeah,
was cursed.
It was-
it was tough.
Hey, but it was 3 teams, right? Future, God Key, Fusions. Hey.
I went ham on the GT banner, bro.
Rip.
That makes one of everybody.
Oh my god.
Alrighty.
I just remember we had like three straight months in a row, or actually it was probably longer than 3 months, where it was just every single match was Vegito Blue. And then if you were one of the unlucky ones that didn't pull Vegito Blue, it was just painful.
Yep.
Yeah. Period. I remember that was almost like in Dokkan when they had released the red SDR Gogeta, the first lead for all types. And if you didn't get him, you would re-roll because your accounts just became worthless. And it's kind of
Yeah.
similar. Not as bad, obviously, because you still need to flesh out a team, but kind of a similar vein. All right, with that, I would say let's go on to the next question, which comes from the Frenzy Man. And the question is, with the different look that Red Ultra Goku's model has, which differences would you like to see in future Ultra Rarity units' looks?
Well, do you guys think they're gonna keep up with like the black and white character intros, and like do you think every Ultra unit is gonna have that same style?
Yes.
They have to.
Well, we already mentioned earlier on the podcast, the Ultra I want is Gohan transforming into Super Saiyan 2. Like, they could go, that entire scene could be that entire Ultra intro.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm going to go back to LF Future Gohan, right? The level of polish on that unit on his kit, if he had, like, custom charge and tap, well, he already has custom tap, you know? Custom clash animations, right? I personally would put him on the level of Ultra Goku when it comes to polish. At that point, all Ultra Goku has is the card art. So the LFs today are already meeting those standards by my opinion, at least.
But the intros.
Yeah, well, the intro's really fire, but that's just the card animation. Looking in ground, it just looks like Goku got a little too much sun.
Can Goku. All right. The next question is coming from Helpful Armadillo. Which teams need the most help, and what's the most realistic way for them to get the help they need? Also, Red God Key unit when? Swift, you go.
Yeah. Swift asked this question, dude.
Hopefully, I'm hoping on this anniversary, man. Jeez.
Same.
But
Yeah, but what team would need the most support? Is it still
Honestly?
GT?
LOE.
No.
It's LOE.
yeah,
Yeah.
LOE.
I would see LOE and not Rival Universe. Powerful Opponent is suffering right now too. Like if you build a powerful opponent team, it's like you're attacking your opponent with feather dusters.
Yeah, it's really weird, yeah.
So I think the unfortunate answer to this question is very simple, and it's Zenkai. Throw that on any team, you'll fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been saying this for a while. I think if they literally just gave a Zenkai to the purple LF Frieza, I think that alone could help. It probably wouldn't make them top tier, but that alone could help bring them back into the meta, make them more viable. Because, I mean, he's a support unit, so you give a unit like that as Zenkai, it's going to help out the whole team. So.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
It kind of depends on the Zenkai, though. Look at Yellow Frieza
Yeah.
and Red Cooler.
Yeah, that's very true.
Well, I mean, for a lot of these units, it's just having the oomph to keep up with them, right? Like, Blue Broly is fantastic, but if you stack Zenkai buffs on him, suddenly he can compete and then some, right? And so a lot of these units are just missing out on the pure raw stats. I feel like, as he's just said, he's a unit like the purple LF Frieza. He's a utility unit. I mean, Blue Metal Cooler isn't the craziest thing in the world, but that helps push him a little further. I personally like Metal Cooler. I feel like they're even the meh Zenkais like Yellow Frieza and Caulifla. I mean, content creators and users of these units every day make them look viable. So I think it's a boring way of proceeding, but Zenkai is kind of what they've roped themselves into as an answer to fix the meta.
Yeah.
Quote unquote
Thing about
fix.
Powerful opponent is every character in there has like a better team. That's like my biggest issue about powerful opponent. Like Broly has a better team, Rose has a better team, Kid Buu has a better team, Jiren has like every single character with that tag basically has a better own team. If you throw them together, they are just lacking because they have just a better
Well, they don't even
team
buff each other
otherwise.
either. They're just beat sticks
Exactly.
all
And
hanging
then
out
there's-
together with no Zenkai.
Yeah, and then there's that
Yeah.
issue. They don't even harmonize with their Z ability most of the time either. It's so weird.
Well, it's because when they
What's-
started I'll quit in just a second. When they first dropped these units, their Z abilities were like bonus, right? If you ran the powerful opponents from the movies, right, they were stronger. They're just now coming into their own, so we need another Jiren-esque character that is focused for powerful opponent.
That's kind of what I was about to bring up, is just the fact that the powerful opponent buff is still like a somewhat new thing. And obviously Zenkais, they're usually Zenkaiing these like super old units. So it's like they don't really have many like specifically powerful opponent buffers to Zenkai right now. That'll probably be something that just comes like way down the line.
I think
Yeah.
a possible solution that was brought up last week was Zenkaiing units on release for these newer tags.
That sounds. I don't know.
Wrong.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's a lot of crystals, too. And also, if you
Yeah.
Zenkai on release, then most people are not going to get them to 7 stars, right? So,
Well, no, I think it was in contact for like free-to-play units and stuff too.
oh, okay.
But like you could have an event for the unit that comes out and have units for like powerful opponents, right? Like let's say they drop a new Frieza or something, right? And they make it to where he has a Zenkai available for his event if you go all the way through to the end. I personally don't like the idea, but it's either they do something like that or they just power creep the game and make the base stat totals of the newer units compete with Zenkai. And I don't think we want the latter solution either.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, man, to balance all these different units. And obviously, some people argue Zenkai helps. Some people argue, obviously, Zenkai doesn't help. So, I mean, I don't know. I think there's pros and cons to it. I do think it's very cool, obviously playing with these older units, and they, one day they weren't viable. They get a Zenkai, now you can play with them. I like that aspect of it, but when they come out with these, like, super busted Zenkais, obviously like 18 and sometimes Gohan in certain situations, I mean, it can be a little overwhelming for even somebody like me, and then especially like a brand new player. It can be very overwhelming, so I understand both sides of it for sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's have a look at the next question from Kamzo. And the question is, what are your thoughts on making LFs having 999 Z power instead of the usual 600?
I mean,
So I
I
guess
don't
when-
think they would do that, but I would love it.
I
Well,
heard
Yeah,
do the
Yeah, there's
Zenkai
literally
system.
no way in hell, but I'd be
Yeah.
down.
I could see them doing this for like Beerus or Gohan as like an event for just that one unit
Yeah, like
on
Masters
a
Pack Z.
special banner. Well, like they had the Beerus banner with like double rates, right? That's essentially what this guy's asking for, is a 50% increase on his pull rate. So I mean, yeah, it sounds nice, but they like one things I'm expecting here in a week or so is for them to drop another 600 multi Z power banner, right? For the LF units here in like a week or two.
Something's gonna come out.
Another bait. Yep.
Yep.
Well,
right
air
before
quotes
anniversary.
bait as I
will
just
take
dive
the
head first
Best
into that.
banner ever. Yeah, the best banner ever, man. People call it
I'll eat that bait and let him reel me right up. That's fine by me.
exactly, man.
I think that's Bandai's real solution for people that are wanting to oomph up their characters, and that's
Bait
what you should
me,
be looking
daddy.
for. Why?
Alrighty, we have one more question from Please Don't Ban Me, and that's I want a Sparking TN in Legends really bad. When or even if at this point he releases, how would you build him to be unique from other cards?
Oh my god.
Forearms.
Yeah. Forearms. Make him buff the ultimate Chaozu. That'll be the best Super Warriors team you've ever seen.
Wait, forearm TN real quick for you lord nerds. That's only during that tournament, right? He doesn't actually do that when Chaozu dies? So that it wouldn't even work with him
It's
fanatically?
only during the tournament.
Or maybe have him clone himself into 4 different ones.
I would love a Dragon
Yeah.
Ball TN. And the Dragon Ball team probably just loves the idea of that being said.
Yes.
Yeah. I think those are the best options right there. Is either that the forearm TN or the one where he's just absolutely just bombing Cell, right? The second form Cell.
Oh, the Tri-Beam attack when he's just up in the
Yeah.
sky?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's an LF worthy character if you're going to take my opinion.
That'd be sick.
No, I love that moment. When he's
Pico,
just
how
going
are
crazy.
you?
Yeah.
Doesn't he also
Yeah.
have the blinding attack?
The Solar Flare?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about the opponent doesn't see the screen for 2 timer counts?
Oh my god. That'd be
That would be
crazy.
Nice. That would be insane.
Just turn the entire screen like white or black.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, as long as it's like, you know how you play an FPS game, you get hit by like a flashbang?
Yeah. Like
if it's
that,
a situation like that where you can still react, but you have no idea what you're reacting to, that would be kind of hype.
That would be crazy.
But then would you make it so that they don't see the entire screen, including the arts cards and the main ability and switching and everything, or just?
I would let
what
them
your
see their
opponent-
arts and
That's
stuff, but the
debatable.
only thing is just goes white for a few moments. Fades in.
I think that's pretty dope, just because it's super unique, and it also
Yeah.
adds to the game because you have to play differently. You have to.
What if it it just paralyzes you too? It's just for aesthetic, please. Just your screen goes white.
Bro, we say that's super dope, but I can already see all the Twitter posts like, I'm sick and tired of TN, bro.
Or they get sued for epilepsy.
It's like I'm sick and tired of LFTN.
Bro, that is the Reddit post that I'll upvote.
I think if you're running Super Warriors, you need all the help you can get. So
Hey,
I'm so sick of the
go ahead and give it to 'em.
I love Super
Super
Warriors so
Warrior
much,
meta.
dude.
True. I heard that. Alrighty, so that's it for this week's podcast. Again, make sure to check out the description, not just for the forms and links, but also check out our creators on Twitch and YouTube. You will definitely find something that you'll like and stick with. And with that said, make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms like Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. We have, as Azdig like to say, we have LinkedIn. No, we don't. But we do have Instagram. Reddit, Facebook page, and a couple other things. So make sure to check that out. And we'll be back next week with episode 34. And with that said, have a good rest of your day. We hope you have a fantastic week. And this is us signing off. Bye, everybody.
Later.
Later, guys.
See ya.
Later.
Peace.